In this video, I will show how to create a Google App script that will allow us to detect new orders that are coming in through the email and then automatically adding events and attendees to the Google Calendar. So first of all, we need our calendar ID from Google Calendar. So to get this, you just click on the calendar that you want to create the events in. You find your settings and then you scroll down. You should be able to find your calendar ID. So this is the line that we need here. So once we have a calendar ID, we just paste it in. And then next we need the label. So in order not to filter through all the emails that are coming in, we have a label called order, so to specify that this is the order email. So we'll be using this label to find all the emails that are coming in that are related to order. So this is my variable thread. So my threads will be looking for this. So Gmail app dot search for the label order, and then followed by it's unread because I don't want to keep looping through every single few thousand order emails that I have every time that I run this script. So in order to save on computing, we need to use is unread to make sure that only unread emails are checked. So for all the unread emails that have come in, we'll look through the threads and then get the messages. So once we have the messages, we'll look through all the messages to get the email plain body. So this message, this body is the most important thing. So this message dot get plain body is the content of each email that we look through. So in the content, uh, we have a very long line of text. So in my plain body, if I look through my plain body, uh, if I split my plain body by line and then look through, there's like maybe like 60 or 70 lines, and then this is a very confusing to look through. So instead of looping through the entire email to find the content that I want, find a starting point that I can look from, which is my this function here called extract content lines. So if I go to my extract content lines, so my function extract content lines, so I find the start index. So I take in the body of the entire message, and then I find the index of my item cost code text subtotal, because when my email is converted into plain body, this is the line that comes before all the content that I need, which is course title, mode of training, course date, and course time. So from here, I change the start index into I change the starting of my content into the starting of this line here by using the start index. So body.substring start index, and then this will only extract out the chunk of content after this line. So once I have the chunk of content after this line, I can split the content by a star, because that's what the plain body text is separated by. And then after that, I return my content here. So once I have written my content, I can extract all my course titles, mode of training, course date, and course time. So for each of these, I have a function as well. So this is just doing some indexing. So my course title is index 1, course mode of training index 4, extract course date is index 4 or 6 depending on the email that comes in, and then extract course time is 6 or 8. Okay, so once I have all my content here, I can use find existing event. So this function here allows me to check whether this event already exists in my calendar. So if the event already exists in my calendar, I only want to add attendees. If not, I will want to create a new event and add attendee in. So in my find existing event, first of all, I have need to find the start date and end date. So I pass the course date time to course date and course time into my pass course date time function here. So this pass course date time function is a helper function. So it allows me to convert the date time format into a proper format that is usable for the Google Calendar. So first of all, we split the date and time line, and then just to find the start time and the end time. And then after that, we split the date as well, and then depending on the format, because we have a few different date formats, depending on the format of the dates that we have, we will split them differently, and then we also do the indexing differently. But all this will come up to the end result of having a start day, end day, start month, end month, and then the year, as well as the start time and end time. So once I have all this, I have my start date and my end date in here in my find existing function. So find existing function, So next, I will query my Google Calendar API. So I'll use calendar apps.get calendar by ID, and then put in the calendar ID, and then to .get events using the start date, end date, and search course title. So this would look for all the events within my start date and end date range that has that course title, and then from this range of events here, I will just check to see if the first day has one of the days in this entire range of days has that specific event that I want, and then I would push the event into my array, and then if there are no events available, I will return now, and then if not, I will just return the array of events. So once that is done, we will next go to uh, this, so create new event. So if there are no events available, I will return null, and then if it's null, I will use create new event. So in my create new event, I will put in the course title, course date, course time of training, email address, calendar ID, and then a flag. So in this function itself, function create new event. So first of all, we'll do the passcode date time again, so that we get the proper format, and then we find out the dates and time as well. And then if it is a multi-day event, I will need to add the event for each individual day, because I don't want the event to span just from the start date to the end date, because the events start at 9:30, and then maybe 9:30, and then end at 5:30 or 6:30, and then you will continue on the next day as well. So these are different events. So for this, we will need to create different events. So uh, what I do here is I get the start date, the and then I retrieve the end date timing, and then I put it into my start date, and then after that I retrieve my start date start timing, and then I put it into my end date, and then from there I will look through all the days that are required, and then put in the event. So you can see here, and then after that we can add the guest as well, and then we have change event color and change location. So let's just go down and check the change event color function. So for this change event color function, we'll be taking in the event and the course title, and then we have a array with tags here. So yellow tag will be the HTML articulate Moodle. So based on the tags that we have, we'll be checking it through looping it down here, and then once we loop finished all the arrays and then look for the tags, we can call the specific color that we need require, and then we can just set the event color down here. So event dot set color to the color that is required, and then for the change location, is quite similar as well. So if we have this specific course that are called hydroponics, so basic hydroponics course for urban farming, this would be a special location. Otherwise, depending on the mode of training, will be physical classroom or synchronized teaching using Zoom. So we can set the location to Zoom or our physical location address. So just to demo it, we can go to the calendar, and you can see here it's empty. So when I run the calendar, first you will check for unopened emails. So you can see all the logs here, or all the unopened emails that I have just set to unread to test the file. So it's looping through all the emails right now, and then execution complete. So you can see here events have appeared, but sometimes you might need to refresh. So you can see here, this I have advanced training, Excel training for 9:30 to 5:30. And then I have this Docker Kubernetes. So that's day one, so 9:30 to 6:30, and then day two is also 9:30 to 6:30. And then I have 3D modeling as well. Yeah, so these are the emails that I set to unread. So all the calendar events exist.